Let's make it 2 for the Puffins and 1 for the Lions. Okay, I'm hoping the broadcast should be better now. Okay, I think we're okay now. We don't have a webcam, but at least we got an internet connection. Maybe I should check. Okay, just a moment. I'm going to check if we can work the player cams, since I now have the correct connection. Might be risking it too much though. Let's see. Okay, no, let's not risk it. Let's not fly too close to the sun. So we will have no webcam or no player cams. But we do have the score, and we do have my commentary, and we do have the positions. So for those that just joined, we had to make a late substitution that cost us 1 point. So therefore we started this match with -1, but we won the first round 3-1. Could have won bigger. David on board photo was actually winning against Christian Bauer. So now the score is 2-1 for the Puffins. The Puffins. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute, guys. Okay. So yeah, let's put a friendly picture of me so that you have something instead of the webcam. Shouldn't be a big difference, right? Find something. Meanwhile, we're looking at Johan's game. He has the white pieces. So white pieces for Johan. Yeah, we like that. Where's my picture? Saw it earlier. So earlier today I saw my picture here, yeah. Let's use this one because I'm wearing the Puffins hat. So same. Game on. 2-1 Puffins. And 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Johan tends to be quite good in these. Yeah, this was a Nimso, right? Nimso Indian type positions, yeah. So I would trust him here. He has the bishop here. Although black has some pressure on c4. So perhaps not completely easy. Our board 2, Helgi is playing against Marcus Harvey. I think he's a good online player. I think he has a, let's see. Yeah, I mean, he has a pretty strong blitz rating here on chess.com. And he made a draw against Johan Hjartarson in the first round, so it looks like he's a dangerous player. But we'll see. Helgi managed to win the first round. And if we have time, we have to check out what happened in the first round for Brahe, because I think he's up for move of the week. So we have somebody in the chat. Jack is in the chat. So people are joining eventually. So what? Yeah, unfortunately, as per usual, we had problems. So there's no webcam now. We had to make a late substitution, so we started with -1, and the late substitution also cost us our computer in a way. So yeah, we had to settle for this one. Oh, you drew with Marcus and London Rabbit, so maybe he's more of a blitz specialist. Because he's 23. I mean, he's 23, 40 something, but 26 or 6 blitz rating. That's It's really huge. So we had the London here by Bauer, and Brahe has allowed Bauer to hold on to a pawn, and he's made a break with e5. Seems to me that white should be, well, we can take on f4 and regain the pawn, but we have to make some concessions to hold on to it. So I'm not sure this is what we want. We'll have to wait and see what our latest Grandmaster International Master Brahe Þorfarsson. He's now a Grandmaster. He made his final norm last week. He's our board 3 and our board 4, who had a very solid draw in the first round. Is up a pawn here against an IM. Let's see. The position is very dangerous though. He has been playing this Queen's Gambit, accepted a lot. Oh, e6, yeah. Okay, you have to play bishop e7 to protect the rook, otherwise just takes. So white goes for e6. Queen d5, yeah, it doesn't want to damage his pawn structure too much. So black is holding on to the pawn, but he's lacking in development. And I think overall white's position is much easier to play. There are always some shots like knight g5, bishop f3 to look out for, so I'm pessimistic about this one. Yeah, unfortunately no video, because I wasn't expecting to have to use this old computer. I didn't bring my webcam. I was expecting to use another computer, but because of our late substitution, we needed that computer for somebody to play on in the league. So that's where it stands. So this is all you guys get. I'm sorry. That's all you get. I mean, if things are working here, maybe I'll try to go for the player cams, but wouldn't be super optimistic. I'm not optimistic about Jovano's position here either. Or David Kjartansson. Johan, however, I do like. He has the bishop here. This looks like a nice, disruptive move for black. Closing the b file, closing the bishop. In some cases we can drop in here knight d6 because of the bishop check here. We do have this nice bishop pair bearing down on the king side. So yeah, should be at least a slight advantage for white. I mean, not much, but something to play for. Let's go to Helgi. Yeah, that's probably a picture of me beating Spielmann. Yeah, you're probably right. So here we have Helgi with the white pieces, rook a1. Probably he wants to play b4 and break on the queen side. Meanwhile, black is trying to play f5 at some point and break on the king side. So we do have pawn takes b4 and rook a4. Trying to gain control of the a file, and he might actually succeed. Queen g3, rook a8. Do we want to play b5? It looks a little bit ugly, but maybe he can. He takes. He probably takes with the queen now. And do we want to play c5 then, or what's the idea? Maybe this is just heading for a draw, but he plays c5. It seems to me though that both players are playing a bit too fast. I mean, it's 15-2. Marcus has only used 3 minutes. Helgi a little more than 4. Okay, probably knight g5 now, just protecting everything. But there's no rush. Maybe takes on d6 and knight g5, and we might be threatening even queen c7 in that case. Seems like he's going for that. Okay, so this is the idea. with a double attack on d6 and f7. Okay, they should be hard to lose at least. Board 3. For a split second I thought he was losing a queen there, but of course the knight is pinned. Yeah, I like White's extra pawn here. I'm not gonna lie to you. So Brahe gave up a pawn early, but on c5 hasn't managed to regain it. So yeah, d takes c5 was played here, and he didn't play bishop takes c5. He took on f4, and after queen e7, White simply held on to the pawn. Well, actually, they're both GMs because Brahe just became a GM. But Bauer is, of course, more experienced, higher rated, so he should be the favorite. Bishop to d7, okay. Queen takes g2 was very risky, goes to rook g1. But bishop d7 doesn't want to take with a knight. On e4. Most likely. Okay, so White should be better here, but Black can still fight. Meanwhile, you won't know what happened here. We saw this, bishop e2, knight d7, castles. He played e5. Okay, and we had some exchanges, taken on b5 and on a8. And now probably... Yeah, but if he takes on e5, we should be getting castled. Probably takes on e5, bishop e7. Otherwise knight g5 is too strong. Seems to me. Marcus, let's see. Yeah, but I mean, Black is defending well here. Can White improve somehow? This is probably looking a bit drawish. Maybe White can try to reposition the knight maybe to c4, but it takes a long time. Okay, goes for that, and Black can quite easily just bring the king to protect this pawn, so I don't really see how White is improving the pressure here. So I'm predicting a draw here, but we'll see. Helgi managed to cook up something in the first game. Crazy boy. G5. Okay, I mean, it should be just a draw, but who knows. Black though might be, I mean, h takes g5, knight takes, knight g1. Better pawn structure, keep the knights. I think knight g1 looks like a very educated move. Keep the weakness on h5, keep the knights. Yeah, that's what it does. I think it's going to be really hard to win, but at least White has some ideas. Yeah, he gets the rook. Oh, he gives the pawn. Yeah, trying to get the rook active, which would net the e pawn. So if White wants to be extra safe, he will just play rook b3. But fortunately, he has plenty of time, so he can calculate taking on d6. But it looks quite dangerous, to be honest, so rook b3 is probably best, and then more or less settling for a draw. Okay, board 1 has Johan made some progress. Okay, still a bishop pair. Yeah, bishop back. White was threatening some ideas of combining taking on g7 or playing queen b2 and hitting this with a double attack. We might go for winning a pawn with bishop takes c6, bishop takes, and rook b6. But go Go for a more restrained approach with queen to f2. Probably trying to reroute the queen to like g3. Keeping some pressure. Let's check on Braille. He is struggling heavily on the board and on the clock. If you can get h4 in, then some chances to rectify this, but okay, it's a very tough defense at the moment. Rook e1, yeah, I thought he would go king d8. Don't think white can allow this, so yeah, he goes h4. But how to play for black now, that's not so easy. Let's go to board 4, our board 4. Meanwhile, seems like white is going for it here after rook takes 8. He played knight g5, queen f6, bishop to g4. That's a very, very annoying move to meet. Can we get away with bishop to d6? Or even pawn to e4? Anything to give up a pawn and castle. This looks very difficult for black. I'm not sure what the move is here. So it looks like we're struggling on a lot of tables. So I think we really need Johan to win. We're going to need Johan. So let's go to that board. A very important board. Trying to keep our 2-1 advantage. f5. Okay, this does scare. I mean, we would like to keep the bishop here, but taking on c6 should give us at least a small edge. Bishop takes, and then bishop to e5, which I think we can play because this hangs. And white will always have a better bishop. I mean, this bishop would be blunted by the pawns on g2 and f3, and meanwhile this bishop on e5 would have a very nice diagonal already bearing down here. So that's what I think will happen. Yeah, Kjartansson looks very much busted, so we need the win here. Bishop takes c6, bishop e5 is my guess. And that has transpired on the board. So I want to say a tiny edge for white, at least still. I would like to see him get ahead on the clock. And one annoying thing is we probably have to spend a tempo sometime on h3 to get the king a square, and then we can start with some threats like rook b6, to take on c6. Okay, no results yet in this round, and I'm not sure I want to risk it by trying to get the webcams up on this computer because it's very old and I'm afraid it might break down. But okay, rook b6. There will always be some pressure on this pawn, and that might enable white to cook up some threats like winning the a6 pawn or the c5 pawn, and maybe even some tactics. So like it, I think the time situation will even out a bit and Hjartarson will have better time soon. Meanwhile, Scrapnel is declining a draw. Will he be showing some grandmaster technique here? The king is tied down here to the pawn, and the rook is tied down to this pawn. If that move rook, if that rook moves, then we can take on g4 with the king. That's not a knight move, it's like a king move. Okay, king goes back. How does white improve? King g5. Is it Zugzwang now? Probably not. King d7, rook takes f7, takes on d6. And you just move the rook. You can just move the rook. But now maybe we can swing the rook somewhere. f4, this looks draw-ish, or is it? Rook takes, king takes. And then we have a very far advanced d-pawn, which we can protect with the king actually. So rook takes, king d7, king e5. But he can play f6, king f5, king here, takes, king f5, king e7. Is he getting the opposition? Okay, king e5 seems to suggest itself. f6. Oh, it goes there. Of course. King f6 takes, king e5, king g6, king e4. Okay. Goes for the f pawn. So, black has to be careful. I think king d7 should draw, king takes f7, king d8, king f6, king here, takes, king here. Opposition. Opposition in the station, unless I'm missing something. Okay, looking drawish. Has he turned things around? I don't think he has. Super knight, bad pieces, protected pawn. Yeah, not looking good. Meanwhile, wow, a lot of pieces around the black king. But we know that Jovono is a tricky customer. Bishop f5, okay. It's actually a very tricky move. Because queen takes, knight g7. But what we play? We play queen to f7. Okay, so we have a draw on the board in Scrapnell's game. So let's go to Jovono, plays queen f7. So update the score. 2.5 and 1.5. Ooh, queen b1. This looks very hard to meet because he's also hitting this. Yeah, the threats just became too big. What would Thor do? Do we see a move for black? I don't see one. Knight f8, queen takes on b5, followed by queen here. Well, okay, hopefully he Muslims, but queen to there. Okay, I'm gonna write this one off. Doesn't look good. And I'm also writing this one off. Well, yeah. Because, obviously. Meanwhile, we need Johan to win. We really need a win here. That would pull the match even with a penalty. Is that possible though? 2.5, 1.5. It is possible. So what has happened? Queen g6. If black takes, he has to be careful about invasion on the 7th. Okay, we'll come back to this one. Is anybody having any chances of getting super lucky? How do you get lucky against the protected pass pawn on the b file? I don't see it. And we're also way down the clock here. What is happening here? He played e4, queen takes b5, g6. I mean, if this holds on, that's like... It's like a super miracle. Yeah, the main problem is this knight just keeps the king completely boxed in here. I don't see how we do much of anything here. Rook h7, holding on for dear life. But now I think it's resignable. No square for the bishop. And we'll see resignation. Okay, B-man already lost. And Johan should be losing, so we need Johan to win here. Said that already 4 times, so. Crazy boy 26. Okay, he avoided the queen trade. But how does white improve? Bishop takes g7 might be an idea here. Queen takes e6, check. Yeah, it's just winning, right? Queen takes e7, queen to e7 might be a horrible blunder. Bishop takes g7. What does he do? I don't understand. Bishop e8. Tricky. But still, queen takes h6. Queen takes d7, still queen takes e6. Okay, so we see, no, the grandmaster instinct. I mean, it's never easy, so he's checking the lines. But I don't see the trick, so I think this actually just works. Oh, it takes on g7. Wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. And this should be enough to win. So we're down 3.5, 2.5. Queen h6, and now queen takes g7, queen takes e6 again. And if you don't take on g7, you just lose, basically, more or less. Actually, a lot more than basically more or less, but okay, I think we might see resignation, which would bring the match to 3.5, 3.5. And, well, a draw in the match might be enough. I mean, at this point, of course you want to win to keep our playoff hopes alive, but the #1 goal is to avoid relegation. If you win, we have avoided relegation, and I think a draw should be enough. Although I didn't have time to check, although I should have. But I couldn't, for reasons that I can't disclose, but that's the way it is, man. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to catch up with some things here. Black is still thinking, but I mean, there's nothing. There's no counterplay. The rook is not active. The queen is not active. You could try queen h4 maybe. I don't think then just bishop c3 covers the queen check and keeps our threats alive. And yeah, queen to h8 is actually made in 2, which is a lot easier. So I don't see what black does. So we don't want to jinx anything, but looks like 3.5, 3.5 is coming up. And that's a satisfactory result. It means that we have, in the first half of the match, we have overcome the -1 that we started with. So we can look forward to the second half of the match when hopefully we will find the extra half a point that we need to win. So queen takes c8. Maybe queen takes f5 first. Yeah, why not? Grandmaster, composure. Yeah, this is just resignable. Bishop g6, y, h takes check. Queen f4 check, it's mate in 3. Queen f4, king h5, queen g4, king h6, queen h4. Okay, queen g4 here as well. Queen g4. Oh, f4 mate, yeah. Okay, I saw mate in 2, but this is mate in 1, which is actually better. Okay, since we have a small break, I will check if we can handle the webcams. Oh, I'm a little bit worried about it. I'm a little bit worried about it. I don't think it's gonna work, guys, sorry. Okay, so a small break, but we'll be back quite soon, so stay tuned. 3.5, 3.5. Well, I'm sorry about that, but I'm back. I'm back, baby. So, the only way to follow the chat is through my phone. So I have to plug in the charger. What? I thought the games had started. No, they haven't. The games haven't started? Ping Alter 16. Oh, they're starting now. Okay, so we have Helgi against Christian Bauer. Christian Bauer with white. Johan is playing with the black pieces as well. So we have a strong players with black. And he's playing the Leningrad B-man. He has the white pieces. So I think it's good that our low red guys are white. So we're hoping that they can get something going. Seems Yuvono's game hasn't started for some reason. For reasons unbeknownst to me. So we have Grandmaster-elect Bragi Þorgeirsson, who just finished his third and final Grandmaster norm. Congratulations on that one, Bragi. He's playing against Marcus Harvey, who seems to be a very strong. Somebody's calling me. Hang on a minute. Okay, I had to go into the playing room. It sounded to me like somebody was calling me, so I thought, because Yuvono's game hasn't started, so I was checking if he had some problems. So he has no problems. So it seems the problem is on the other side. Just gonna check on Facebook if somebody is calling me. So who's missing? It's Crazy Boy. He's there. Edward Porper. What's the name of the other guy? Okay, let's not worry about it, because it's not on our side. So, you know, if I have connection problems, we'll just see what happens. So we have the Dutch. Let's have a look at that one actually. Johan with the black pieces. He's playing the Leningrad, which is, yeah, G6 signals the Leningrad. If you like Samuel Williams, you can play E6, which is the classical Dutch. But here we have the Leningrad, which I have played myself and quite like. An early B3, a solid variation, and then it goes to A6 and knight to E1. Wait, what? Oh, okay, yeah, of course. So, yeah, knight e1 allows e5, because pawn takes looks like it's dropping a pawn, but black has knight to g4, utilizing the pin on this diagonal. Wins back the pawn. So, of course, Johan has this under control, and such unexperienced grandmaster will know such a theme. So, knight g4 will be played now. Knight c4. We can play d takes e5. Although there's h3 at the end. Was I too quick to praise Johan here? Because he played the move quite quick, didn't he? Oh, he goes to d7. Yeah. Then you can't be kicked by h3. But knight c4. How do you take on e5? To take with a pawn. This allows some inconvenience on d6. So we have a question: why isn't the Leningrad played at top level? Well, I mean, it's a very provocative opening. And to play the Dutch, you have to also, you know, sometimes avoid some tricky sidelines. Yeah, H. Brownie makes a good point. You can combine the Leningrad, the classical, and the Christmas tree variation, the Stonewall, I guess. But I mean Nakamura has played it. People play from time to time. Yeah. Okay, one moment, guys. I'm gonna check because one of our games hasn't started. So, sko, þú fær bara að vinna og að gerist eitt, held ég, sko. Ég ætla að spyrja núna bara deildinni. Okay, so yeah, Jovan still hasn't started. We have knight c4, so Jovan is thinking a little bit, and I think there are still some problems. Okay, he plays d5. Allow knight d6 takes on e5, gives up c8. Tak. Okay. Yeah, there's no e6, stuff like that. Just got my food, but there's no... Just a moment, guys, I'll be right back. And we're back, guys. So what happened? He did play e6. Okay, just a minute. So it looks like, sorry, I forgot to update the score. It was 3.5, 3.5, and we actually got a forfeit win, so it's 4.5. Just a moment, I have to tell the guys. Make a minute that kannski ég vil að tölvu sko. Okay. So what's going on? So we're leading 4.5, 3.5. Johan, equal position. Equal material. And probably equal position as well. Maybe a little bit better for white, but nothing much. Yeah, Helgi has black against Christian Bauer, which is whoa. Which is tough. What was the last move? Bishop a6. Challenging the knight on c4. Move the mic away from my food. Rook e8 immediately. Why? Can you give us insight into why you would play Rook f8 immediately? Rook e8?
I don't know, maybe he's just trying to gain some time advantage. Okay. C takes b4.
Oh, he didn't want any, maybe C takes. He didn't want any bishop e7 if he plays knight d7.
Yeah, exactly.
Oops, sorry. At the moment currently. Okay. Okay, somebody called me.
So let's see how Bry is doing.
Yep.
Okay.
So I think this is the guy you play in the last round.
Yeah.
Marcus Harvey. He has 2 draws already. He looks like a strong,
solid, he's a solid guy.
strong blitz player as well. So knight c4 last move, and what's going on? Well, the critical move is taking the exchange.
24, yeah.
But he plays really fast, maybe too fast. 3 minutes, Bryce, 5 minutes behind, but he still has plenty of time. So knight takes e4, pawn takes, queen takes d6. Shouldn't be a problem for white.
No.
Knight takes, queen c2, bishop e6 or something. So it's a whole, it's a lot of play.
Okay, queen f2.
Queen f2.
Yeah.
Trying to stay solid, but what happens after? Okay, takes b2.
Queen takes b2, and then maybe.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have time for knight takes e4 because pawn takes. This looks better for black. I mean, queen takes b2, bishop e6. No, the rook is still hanging.
Yeah,
the rook is still hanging.
He needs to bring the rook back, maybe.
Oh, this? How does this work?
What's going on?
Oh, he wants to play. I mean, pawn takes what? Rook g3? No, rook h3.
Where is there
No,
really a threat?
it still doesn't work.
No, it's not.
Knight comes to d3.
Okay,
Queen
plays
h4.
fast. Yeah.
Knight h5, g4. Yeah, I mean, but there's like bishop d8, and actually the queen is trapped. You have to play g5, then there's nothing. If that's what's planned.
Yeah, let me see. Okay. Knight h5, and then what? g4, and then bishop d8. Yeah. And then he's forced to play something like g5, and I think it's okay.
Queen f6 win battle.
Yeah. It's probably lost. Oi, oi, oi.
So we need the other guys to do well here. I mean, this should be okay for black. I mean, the black will get white will get the nice c4 square, but well, it's better for white. Let's not.
Okay, and Helgi, this
is Helgi, and then Johan, he needs to.
Johan, oh my.
Can you play knight d5 and take on e5? There's knight d7. No, knight d5.
Yeah, I think he must try at least.
How do you take on e5?
Yeah.
Or you can play queen g5 though, knight d5, queen g5. which I missed.
Yeah, but maybe he can just capture on g5 and play b6 or something, and you know.
It shouldn't be worse. Hopefully.
No, I don't believe he's worse in this position. Okay.
Okay, he wants the other knight
Yeah.
on d5, but
But what can he do?
can he take on c5? No, he can't.
No, I think we just.
e5 hangs.
Can he take on g6? No, we cannot. Maybe he can just.
There's some type of queen g6, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
if
he
white
wants
takes here, he wants to take on c7, but queen c6 protects the knight.
Everything, and he just takes
Then
back.
we take. Okay,
And if he just brings his knight back, maybe to c4. I don't know. No. Queen c6.
yeah, then e2 is hanging, so. No, okay, yeah, queen c6 and maybe e2
Yeah.
hangs, yeah.
Okay.
So maybe we like.
It looks promising.
Yeah. Quick look at Brahe.
What's going on here?
It's just still a piece. Well, he has two pieces. Well, how did he get the queen f6?
And then what?
Oh, sorry, it was already two pieces for the rook.
Okay.
Okay, so he's still.
He's hanging in there, but he's worse.
Yeah.
I mean, he's worse.
I mean, yeah, this rook is just
Yeah, he's misplaced.
completely out of the game. Yeah, it's just, yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty much, yeah. Okay, so we need Helgi.
Okay, maybe Bauer is making some progress here. I mean, it's really difficult for black to do something here.
Yeah.
Just needs to wait.
It's not the best file to be doubled on.
No, I mean... And the c4 breaks is out of the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, now he's just gonna play king g2 and rook
Yeah, slowly,
h1 and just...
slowly but surely improving
Yeah.
king g2.
Oh, well,
okay, so
well,
up is h5,
well, he's
trying
blocking.
to shut that.
Okay, plan down.
Yeah.
Well, this is
Hang on
interesting.
a minute.
This is interesting.
Yeah, it has to go to h3.
Okay, it's hanging on d7.
Okay, so he takes.
And what?
Do we have some ideas? Knight
Knight-
b6 and
knight-
c4.
Or knight f,
No.
knight
Knight
f,
f8,
knight f8,
f4.
h7. Is that a plan? He's going on h7.
But why plays f4 now?
Okay. It's tricky.
Don't like it.
No, I really don't.
Seems like white has everything.
But I mean, it's. I mean, it was almost forced to do something. You know,
Yeah.
he needs to react somehow.
I think white has everything more or less under control. Yeah, we don't even have, any tricks with c4. Never
No
ever.
trick.
So-
No, he cannot break through on c4. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. He's trying. He's trying. Oh,
Knight c4.
This,
It's a huge knight.
This square is.
Good night, guys.
Hi.
Okay, but if Johan wins, it's 2-2. So, I mean,
Yeah, we are still in it.
and it's just an equal match. So up 2 minutes. That's promising.
2 minutes and more space advantage.
Mhm.
So. Yeah, he must win. I mean, it's really difficult for white to do something here. He can just
Yeah.
simply play 8-6, g5, something like that. Take all the squares.
You don't always have to do anything. You can just like play knight before, threaten something. You have to think
Yeah,
about it, and then you
exactly.
go,
Yeah,
the knight to the other way to
Yeah, yeah.
g4, and just make white.
yeah. He played 8-6 exactly.
Yeah.
So g5 is coming probably.
Yeah, I think white. Black should just keep 2 knights on because
Yeah, just keep
Yeah.
the piece on because the knight on g1 is just out of the game.
Just defending down here.
As it is, yeah. Okay.
This looks quite promising, but
Okay, G5.
still need to break through. Yeah, maybe G5.
Yeah, G5 is probably the move. Yeah,
No rock,
something
king
like
of
this, yeah. Okay, let's switch back to Ólafsson. Let's see how Helgi is doing here.
Yeah, this looks like a dream position for white. Seems to me that black has...
What can he do?
Yeah, it's like no active plan. Once you take on f4,
Yeah.
white is just playing e5 next.
Yeah, well, if I mean, it's hanging on d5 if he captures on.
Yeah, but I already lost, so... No, it's the other game. But,
Yeah,
okay.
it doesn't look good.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't look good.
Hang on a minute, what's the move? King g1, okay, at least there's a threat. We can take on c1 if black does nothing, but... Okay, he's not gonna miss that.
I mean, he's probably gonna give a check on e2 and...
Oh, he's up 6 minutes, that's a lot though. Yeah, I mean, black is already off material,
Yeah.
like 1 unit, and the rook on h3 is completely dead. So
I mean,
let's
this
just
game can only be saved by a miracle, so... Okay.
keep an eye on Johan.
Yeah, this was the plan. G5 and now he has some play
Yeah,
of
maybe
the
he
H
can
file.
swing to the H file now.
Yeah,
maybe.
exactly. He can even play G4 and yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, come on.
So it's
G4, F4. Yeah, G4 just completely shuts this guy in.
I mean, rook H8 and then to H2, and I mean, there's nothing.
Oh yeah.
It's really difficult to
It
do
actually
something.
looks completely winning now.
Yeah.
And white can, like, if he moves the F pawn, like F3,
Yeah.
it's 93 mate.
Exactly. Bunch of small threats.
Yeah. Yeah, that.
Yeah, it was a good game by Johan.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this match will end 2-2.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, yeah, it looks like it at the moment. Huge time match for Johan as well, 4 minutes now.
So if this match ends in a draw, then what?
It's just a draw.
And then we need to win the last match
Uh,
to keep our spot
I think draw is enough to keep our spot actually.
in the last round.
No, in this round.
In this round?
Yeah, I think
Okay,
so.
okay.
But of course we try to make the
Yeah,
players.
yeah.
To make the players, we
Yeah.
have to count on another team and we have to win both our games.
This is solid.
Yeah, thanks, Chess Patcher UK. Same to you guys. Knight e to c3. Why did he play that though?
I mean, it's really difficult to play for white. So it's just maybe
Just making a
moving
move.
this piece
Yeah.
around. Yeah, he had to do this
e3, okay.
at one point.
But this just loses a pawn.
Yeah, and the game, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if white can save this, then chess is a flawed game.
No, we cannot say this.
No,
I think it's too much.
bad knight.
Bad knight. He cannot move the knight.
Yeah, we can almost get a winning pawn ending if the knight tries to move. Yeah, if he gets rook e1 in. Yeah, to move the knight you have to play rook e1, but then we can just probably even take it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, then. I mean, he can even play f4 in a...
Yeah, so Bragi finally lost.
Okay. Yeah, maybe just king g5.
Yeah. There is also...
Okay.
Okay, and Helgi is
Yeah.
still
In it.
Still in it.
Yeah.
But is he in it to win it?
It doesn't look good.
Doesn't look good.
Doesn't look good.
Okay, the good news is we still have equal material and he's up 2 minutes on the clock, but that's about where the good news ends.
So if we win both matches, are we in the playoffs, or is it depending on the results in the other matches? Okay.
I haven't checked, but we need probably need Ljubljana to win against Cannes.
Yeah. Okay. So we need to rely on good results. Okay, we just switch quickly to Johan just to see. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, almost more or less forcing the rook trade, and then we have.
We cannot capture.
93. Yeah, you can't capture.
Yeah.
And he has no moves. Oops. Yeah, I mean white needs some kind of miracle here.
Yep.
Don't see it happening. Let's see though. King g5, rook here, rook d1. Oh yeah, it's black to move. Okay, of course.
I mean, he can. I think he can just take on f1 and play f4, can't he? And it's
yeah, probably.
And just.
And the knight is dead. So knight is dead.
Okay.
Okay, but it's correct score. It's 4.5, 4.5. Because Bragi lost. So they should be winning. Is Grafnell still around? Hanging around. Yeah, but still not.
Yeah, well, at least he's threatening something. No, he's not threatening anything. So, sorry.
I think our best chance is connection problems for for Bauer. F5. Can we hang around with
Knight
G4?
G4. I think you have to play.
Still
Yeah, okay.
Still probably lost, but I mean it's still equal material.
Helgi is really resourceful.
Yeah.
You know, he always finds a way.
Okay, and now just rook takes. E3.
So I don't know. Maybe the best option is to. What do we place? Just simply King H7 or something.
Yeah, I think King H7 is the normal move. And yeah, hope for something. Yeah, it's still a lot worse. It's protected. protected pass pawn, etc. At least, I mean, okay, he's still alive, and you know, there are 45 seconds.
Okay.
Things can go wrong. Meanwhile, Johan.
I mean, just plays knight d4, and it's
Yeah. And even the king, you know, if you go for the pawns, we just protect everything, and then we win the knight here. Yeah, it's okay. We don't even have to look at this. It's just winning for Johan.
So let's just.
Yeah, he already won by resignation, as maybe some of you saw.
Oh, okay, knight f5. The thing is, can he place his king on e5?
E5?
Yeah, on e5. Okay, he's doing it. He's doing it.
This is king e5. Yeah, just watch out for like knight e7 because it's normal. Maybe you want to double the rooks at the king e5. Oh, king e5. There's knight e7, knight e6.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe he wants to place his king on g5 even, just to. And he only has 19 seconds left.
Yeah, so maybe now rook g5 and then no. There's knight f3.
No, I think he can just play rook g8. I mean rook g8 and then what? Knight f3 or something?
And then we can play knight e5 and all of a sudden it might just be okay. Maybe, I mean, the time. What did we play? Rook g3.
Now he has to make a move.
King e5. Knight f3, king f4. No, it's too much.
And then king g2 and
knight d3 check.
But I mean, okay. I'm starting to like this. I mean, it's really difficult to play this in time trouble for white. You need to be very, very careful.
All of a sudden, black has counterplay. Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
30 seconds.
I mean, okay. Okay.
Okay, I kind of like the rook better on g6, I don't know why. But maybe.
But is he threatening anything? What about moves like
h4? No.
No, I think
well, then he takes on g4 and plays knight h6 check.
Can you play? Okay. This
rook f6 solid.
Yeah, it's safest move. And then he's going to play rook rook e8.
Yeah. Threatening to take on f5. I mean, it's down to 7 seconds. Rook
7 seconds.
Rook e8.
7, man.
It's a threat.
7.
It's a threat.
It's really difficult to play this. Now he's threatening to take on f5. Maybe he can even no, he cannot sack the exchange.
He needs to unpin or something somehow.
Oh,
king f4. Threatening rook takes f5. Where does the rook go? h3. Okay, he goes back.
What happens if he takes on e4?
Yeah.
Why didn't he take on e4? Of course, it's really easy to be on this side.
Yeah.
You know.
What does he do? Knight g3, h4. h4 he must play. King g4. Wow.
Wow. What a move. What's going on here?
What's the knight go? King e3, king g2.
Yeah, king g2. Oh my god, they're both in.
Knight is screwed.
Hey, is it perpetual? Almost.
White won on time.
Yeah.
Oh my.
All this work to.
Christ. Let's go back. Could he take on e4? Just to.
Here, rook takes.
Yeah.
Oh, rook h3.
Yeah, rook h3 and then take. What's going on in this position? Because the knight is pinned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bara áttaði mig ekki á þessum helvítis tíma. Ég með konum kallir ofar.
Já.
Hvernig fór þessi mat, segir það?
2-2.
Það jafna þá.
Yeah, it's really.
Það skáp á F1, sko.
Já.
Já, þetta var fráskáp. Ég hætti ekki að. Ég er svo rosalega sitna á þessa helvítis mús.
Já. Þetta var bara. Já. Yeah, I think this is. It's clearly better for black, almost winning. Well, okay, we're still in it.
We're more than in it. It's 5.5, 5.5.
Já.
We just have to get a good result in the last round, and we're good to go.
Okay, so what, 5-minute break?
Alright.
Roughly, probably.
A little bit more.
No, 5 minutes, yeah.
Er ekki bara alveg íkulega?
Jú.
Já.
5.5, 5.5. Okay, small break. Okay, we're not on a break anymore. Actually, we're back, and the last round is on the way. The score is 5.5, 5.5. And in this round, all the boards, basically, yeah, board 1 plays against board 1, so we have Johan against Christian Bauer, and no surprise we have an unusual opening by black, and Helgi is playing against Edward Porper. Okay, our boards 1 and 2 have white, which is really nice. Then we have board 3, our new Grandmaster Bray. Oh, I like to play this line as well with black, and he goes with h3, preventing this idea of playing Queen d7 and Bishop h3. And then we have Marcus Harvey. Okay, plays the exchange French. I mean, I don't think we mind that one. Still, he's playing really fast. So he plays a lot of blitz, seemingly, so maybe he's a bit stuck in playing too fast. So let's hope that comes back to haunt him and bite him in the bum. So let's go to board 1. After d5, we have basically an advanced French with pawn a6. The only real way to take advantage of that, or to justify it, is to try to play at some point Bishop b5. But Johan doesn't play c3, he plays a knight c3. And now takes Bishop d3. So you go for some kind of overprotection of e5. And hopefully have a better position. Meanwhile, board 2. Helgi tends to be solid with white, we like that. Board 3. I'm trying to finish my meal here. h4. Does he want to take? It looks like a bit too much. Probably here. But can we take on g4? Pawn takes h3 maybe? Nah. It looks like absolutely too much. But he's thinking about it. Maybe when you become a grandmaster you start to do loads of things. I don't know. We go to board 4. We have b6 by David, and he can't castle right now because of the mate threat. So it's a bit annoying. Let's see. It's about to move though, so the black shouldn't have any problems. Let's go back. Elder 16, fire on board. We castled, knight g2, e7, a3, knight g6, hitting the pawn, queen e2, knight d4, knight takes and bishop takes. How do you actually protect the pawn? I don't see it. You might have to take on g6, but that looks a bit ugly. It looks a bit ugly. Actually very ugly. So what happened here? E3 looks like a very very slow move. Yeah, the problem with like taking here, black takes back, probably h-pawn. Is that you want to play, you know, keep your structure intact. If you play like bishop d2, there's takes and bishop b5 at the end, lining up against this. So I actually don't like this. Don't like this. So we need some good news. And after an early Boko Indian, we're hoping that Helgi can provide those news by at some point jumping with his knight into e6. That's what we're hoping at the moment. Note that this pawn here on b4 is indirectly defended. Pawn takes, and we have a pin on the a file, which should be okay. Okay. Do we have good news for Brage? Oh, he went for the queen's piece sack. It looks a bit suspicious to me, I have to be honest. h3, bishop takes, knight f6. This looks very suspicious. Although we do have a threat. If you play like rook g1, you can play knight takes g4. And if king g2, there's rook takes h3, king takes, and knight takes f2, and then picks up the queen. So how does white deal with this threat? Dr. Horton, Andy Horton, how do you deal with this? Because rook g1 looks like the natural move. There's also the idea of just taking on like if you play queen e1 to avoid all this. Maybe I take on h3 with the rook, king takes, queen takes d4, king h2, long castles, and rook h8 is coming, which is just game over, it seems. Knight g1. Okay, that solves the problem. Yeah, and black has to play the attack with 2 pawns for the piece. It would seem to me. So knight takes g4, king g2, maybe f5, maybe even. Yeah, in some cases there's like a chance of just taking on c3, giving white some double pawns. But yeah, not sure. So Beer Thorfinson, what do you think about Brage here? This looks more like a Beer attack than a Brage attack. Okay, let's check some other games. David is down 4 minutes. And yet again, this Harvey guy is just playing really fast. And unfortunately, it seems like he's playing pretty good as well. Although, can we take on d3 and castle? I always like to exchange the light squared bishops in these structures if I can. So right now I'm thinking I'll take on d3 and play f6. Or just play f6. f6 is usually okay. So Beer says it's a stupid attack, but it will be sufficient. So should we see if Johan made some progress? Okay, he went rook e1, queen h4, g3. So I guess the idea was, okay, if you take with the bishop, I take on g6, and there are some problems. And if knight takes e5, well, I wanted to play f4, but that doesn't work. Maybe bishop f4, and then knight takes d5, something of that sort. I don't know. I don't know. Seems to me though that black is getting way too strong of a position. Now we can't even take on g6, which I'm not gonna guess, because the h file will open with devastating effect. We can't protect h2. So what do we do here? What do we even do against the threat to the e5 pawn? I don't like this at all. Queen d1, okay. Let's play some kind of bishop f1. And it might be provocation, but bishop takes e5, then maybe knight takes d5, pawn takes, bishop takes, pawn takes, rook takes e5, but still we have problems with this pawn. Although it's not made now. Okay, so I don't like it, but I think it's a bit better than before. Meanwhile, this looks like it's difficult, isn't it? Did he miss? Knight takes d5, knight takes h7, king takes an f3, ouch. Knight takes a5, just grabbing a pawn. Okay, yeah, note that like f takes g2 is not possible because the bishop hangs, but it's really hanging in the balance. Queen d7. Wow. Ideas of bishop h3 at some point. And now threatening to take on g2. Maybe a move like I don't know actually. So do we like any position at this point? Bishop takes f2 is being suggested. Oh, it was really tempting, but it took with a knight on e5. So bishop takes f2 and queen takes h2 was tempting, but it took with a knight on e5. And if bishop f1, then he will take on f2, king takes f2, queen takes, bishop g2 though, which looks like it's defending. But after bishop f1, maybe he just wants to go queen g4. Knight takes d5. I think the idea is still to play, or is it? Like e takes d5, bishop f1, still queen g4, covering the bishop. And queen takes, bishop takes g4. And we're not winning the piece back? Do we like any position, guys? Let's go to Bragi. Bragi, we need you to win. The newly crowned Grand Master. f4, g5, fg, queen g, e4. Where does the queen go? Where does the queen go? What does the fox say? What does the fox say? We would like to play knight g4, but it's not necessarily working. Or is it? It might be working. Knight g4, king h1, I think you must play. Queen h4. Can't take on g4, that's always a plus. And knight f3, you can't play either. Queen e1. I mean, there are a lot of tricks to avoid, but so Amsterdam lost. So how many points do they have? Can somebody look that up? Because we played them in the last round, so that could be tricky. So if they won 1.5, they can catch up with us. So we don't want that. So the best thing for us would be to at least make a draw here. Yeah, so Amsterdam has 2.5. Yeah. So they play us in the last round actually. So if we lose, then it's just yeah, then it's a oof. And it's a match just for relegation. We don't like that. So Queen g6. We need Brian to win. Who else is winning? Jovono is absolutely fine. I might even get greedy here and take on a3. I might get greedy here, guys. Although, it's a bit shaky, maybe. g5 is very dangerous. Bishop b8. Shrapnel played rook e4. King g7 and rook c1. Good news, he's up a pawn. Bad news, there's like, yeah, potentially huge problems on the king side. Let's hope this is okay. Bishop g5. Yeah, there are so many moves coming in. We don't. Oh, I don't know. I mean, okay, bishop f4. Actually, you have to watch out for rook takes f4 in some cases. After knight takes d5, we have knight g4. Did he miss this move? Oh, wow. How do you can't defend h2? Did he just miss this? I know if we win we're safe, but we kind of need to know what happens if we don't win. Okay, king d8, what does he do? I don't get it. King takes g4? Wow. Looks like too much. This looks like too much material, guys. Can you play, okay, let's say king d8. Can you play like, no, queen f3, queen takes h2, king f1, bishop takes f2 or whatever. Or king takes, I take so. This can't be enough. So wow, we really need Scrapnel to scrap a draw. Yeah, we can't have the Lions winning, guys. So what happened? Did he sack the exchange? I missed it. Okay. He ended up sacking the exchange, but he has 2 pawns. And hopefully some control. Pressure here. Pressure here. Maybe even f4 now. It looks a bit dangerous, I'm not gonna lie to you. The rook c2 is the solid move, which he goes for. Solid move on the time edge. B-man, we need him to scrape something from this one. Wow, we would love to castle queenside, but this is not a legal move. Yeah, let's hope we get something. Takes 2 moves to get the rook into the game, and like in a really clumsy way. But maybe like e6 and then castle. Is that an option? Knight f3 coming maybe? E6 takes, castles takes and covers g8. f5, is that an option? Knight f3. Knight takes, rook takes, castles, rook takes here, rook check, rook here. Not good. And price down to 3. Yeah, he's been a little bit impractical in his time management in these matches. Queen g7. I'm not sure what this does. Let's see. Okay, at least we got a good knight on d4 for the moment. I'm not sure what it does, but hopefully something. Okay, meanwhile, okay, wow. You went for the pawn after g5 to complete 2. This looks really tough. Do we have time? Okay, king h3 looks like a move here. Because white is he's rather quick to penetrate with his pieces. I do see one idea though. It's a little bit slow though. No, it's very slow actually. Just trying to get a way to get the king to like e6 at some point, and then you always have 97. Hopefully defending, but bored. King h3. Okay, what else? Yeah, queen e2. So he's going for the perpetual. Pawn takes f6, queen h5 check. Probably white can't really go for the end games. Okay, note that black always has a move like g6 to avoid at least getting mated. So what happens here? Queen check, king g1, queen jack, king f2, still queen check. And then we go back on this circuit. And yeah, if white interposes the king, the queen, then there's nothing going on. So okay, Johan already lost, and Jovono probably should take a draw here. I don't know. Meanwhile, B-man is trying to scramble something, and Scrapnel is trying to keep control, but is he losing it? Queen e1. Now we need this knight on e4, but it's really difficult to do. Look, oh, tricky pin. I'm getting more pessimistic every minute. Should we like? Okay, white can sort of just hold the position here. Can he play king g2 draw? Is it already 2 jacks? Queen h5 2 times. He doesn't have a choice, does he? Damn it. Game drawn by repetition. So what happened here? Rook c to f8. So repetition there. So we need B-man to bring home the bacon.
All pressure on your right.
Okay, this is really tense, guys. Yeah, if you could bring the rook into the game, that would be freaking awesome. But at the moment, it's not possible. Meanwhile, Scrapnel. Okay, I have to check. Yeah, it's really tense. We need 1.5, so it's tough to tell anybody to. Oh no, there's no trick. Yeah, that's a trick. But it's not much of a trick. Pawn takes f4, knight e7, king h7, knight takes f5. Yeah, it must be okay for white. Rook e8. G4 takes f4, no. Rook e2, rook e2. Rook e2 is the move. Must be played immediately, if not sooner. Yeah. This also gives us an extra threat of like knight d4 to e6 maybe. So wow, this is. Oh, he goes for the sacrifice on f4. Pawn takes, rook takes, queen where? We can play g4, rook f6. G4 attempts to keep some control of the position, but only for a split second really. G takes f4, rook takes f4. Aye. Meanwhile, B-man is what? Not winning here. He allowed the trade of queens in exchange for, okay, getting some material back, but had to keep attacking here. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Oh, damn it, guys. This is looking dangerous. Knight d4, okay, you can play that. Is it enough to win though? Well, you will still be up a pawn, but the black pawns are quite dangerous. Okay, Brian needs to keep the, I mean, the clock situation is not good here. Yeah. So maybe we should have told him to draw earlier, I don't know. It's a bit depressing, this match situation. Okay, black is finding some good moves here. Bishop takes d5. Pawn takes, rook takes, we can't play. Knight takes f5, pawn takes f5. And then, okay, queen c4 and... it's not clear. Not clear at all. You have to keep an eye on the d5 pawn, so... Bishop f4 looks good for white, for black. I guess king h3 to play rook g2. Okay, trying to keep hopes alive. We need something drastic here. I don't like it, just play here. Need some of that GM magic, okay. I can't get this down on the clock, man. Can't get this much down on the clock. Yeah, just rook d8, and I don't see how white doesn't win here. Yeah, it looks like we're not getting anything here. Looks like we're not getting anything, which is super depressing, and Braille lost on time, which is super depressing as well. So now we're down at 6.5. Did I forget something? Now we're down 7.5, and one game left. Okay, it was 5.5, 5.5. So it's 7. Okay, I'm losing my mind here. They already won one. Well, they basically won all the games, so except one. So from 5.5, they got 3.5, which is 9 points. Well, we only got 6. So another somewhat devastating loss. And now we're all of a sudden we're facing a relegation battle, which was not on the cards a few weeks ago, but things haven't been going our way, to say the least. So the final score, Puffins 6, the Lions 9. So I don't know what happens actually with. We need to get clarified before the last round what the tie break is. But we're facing a tough battle next round. So yeah, okay, we'll cut it here. Energy here is not really high, and well, I see you next week. It's Reykjavik Open, and a must-win game for the Puffins, man. See you guys.